Hey guys, it's Daquan, and welcome to the channel. Today I want to go over 5 crucial things that you can do to vastly improve your experience as a new player in Mortal Online 2. You see, Mortal Online 2 offers one of the most unique and immersive MMO experiences that you can find on the market to date. The unfortunate thing is that most people quit before they reach this point in the game due to the brutal nature of its sandbox. My hopes are that after watching this video, you can find yourself having a much easier time than I did when I first started playing the game. This will allow you to have a smoother start for your character and fast track you towards some of the more epic experiences the world of Knave has to offer. Let's check it out. Number 1. Be prepared to re-roll your character. Character creation is one of the single most important parts of this game. You can very easily gimp your character's ability to be the best they can be at the role you want to play. Modifiers like age and bloodlines are permanent and cannot be changed once you have finalized your character. Weight and height can be changed through alchemical solutions, but are extremely expensive to obtain. Character modifiers like age, size, weight, bloodlines affect your maximum ability points allowed to be put into one attribute. For example, a 50-year-old character will never be able to reach the same amount of maximum strength as a 30-year-old character, making the 30-year-old character a more ideal choice for those who wish to play as a melee combatant. It's these small nuances that usually end up trapping players into re-rolling their characters after they've already spent many hours, sometimes even days and weeks playing on them. There is no shame in following a build guide. Just make sure that it isn't 2 years old, as the meta in the game has shifted multiple times since release. If you don't like following build guides, then I would like you to consider item number 2 on the list. Number 2. Join an active guild. Joining an active guild is probably one of the most important things you can do as a new player in Mortal Online 2. The entire game is built around the existence of guilds and alliances. In fact, trying to tackle this game without a guild is a daunting task that usually only holds pain and frustration for those who are not highly experienced in the game. This rings true especially in the case of crafting, as you'll never have enough profession points to be able to make everything your character needs to gear them out completely. You will eventually have to reach out to someone in your guild or in town to make you horse armor or proper food or flashy drip that will allow you to flex on all the homies. This is all by design and encourages player-to-player interaction as a core pillar of gameplay in MO2. Most guilds operate inside their Discord servers, where you can converse with fellow members and ask questions about anything you want to know. This includes asking for help about what build would be best for you, depending on what experience you want from your character. Guildmates who have been playing a long time can offer invaluable information that you would never receive from the game's lackluster tutorial. Do not be afraid to ask for help with your character. If min-maxing is not your thing, then create the character that you want to play. Doing what you want and having fun is an important pillar of gameplay in MO2, and I would never suggest anyone to play a character that they themselves do not enjoy. Number 3. Level up in Haven. In Mortal Online 2, player levels are known as Clade levels. Every time you level up, you unlock a Clade point to spend on certain race-specific abilities and passives. These can be reset in the future, but is extremely costly and will cause you to lose 10% of your total experience gained up until that point. This is why it is so important to make sure you have the proper guidance from more experienced players in your guild, or to have an up-to-date and easy-to-follow build guide to help you along the way. The starting area of Haven offers new players a chance to explore their character's abilities and level up unhindered by the brutality of the open-world PvP that makes MO2 so unique and intense of an experience. Leaving Haven too early can be detrimental to your starting experience in the game, as you won't be able to defend yourself against even the most moderate PvE encounters. The level at which you leave Haven is debated constantly amongst the player base, but I've found the number usually falls between Clade level 12 to 14, with the bare minimum being level 10. This will ensure that you have your most important starting passives and perks for your build. Leveling up is done best by clearing out the Bandit Dungeon to the east of Haven. While this can be monotonous, it will quickly level up your combat skills, as well as give you valuable insight into how your character will behave in battle. When arriving in Haven, you will also be given a map and a starter sword inside your inventory. This starter weapon has a very large amount of durability and will not be dropped on death. It is very important that you do not delete or sell these items. The starter sword can be sold for a decent sum of gold to other players, but the largest value it offers is being able to defend yourself at any time, even if you have just suffered an untimely death and are forced to resurrect in a hostile environment. Number 4. Taming. In Mortal Online 2, being able to escape a hostile situation is just as important as being able to defend yourself in one. Horses are a crucial part of any character's toolkit when it comes to survivability. Therefore, putting some points into taming and creature control can go a long way for new and veteran players. Horses are usually available for purchase at the pet brokers, but these can be quite costly, especially when you are still learning the nuances of keeping your horse alive. If you speak with the tutor near the stables on the west side of Haven, you can get 30 free points in taming if you exhaust all the dialogue options. After doing so, you can grab the creature control book to unlock the skill and then lock it at 11. This will give you enough skills to tame and ride a horse of even the highest level. Make sure to butcher the carcasses of any horses you may kill or lose. This will increase your lores for that species, making it easier to tame future horses, as well as increasing the amount of damage you do to other players' horses in combat. You will, without a doubt, lose many horses in this game to a myriad of fates. Accidentally diving off of cliffs, bandit outlaw ambushes, packs of wolves, and hostile players are the main reasons you will lose your mount. If this happens and you have the appropriate taming skills, you can usually find the nearest horse spawn and go tame yourself another ride. Unfortunately, the ability to tame your own horses will slightly dip into your skill points, but is usually worth it for most builds. This will not only allow you to tame horses for yourself, but will also allow you to turn a profit on the pet broker in any major city. This makes taming a very useful tool for new and veteran players alike. Number 5. Accepting death. Death is one of the few things that are a guaranteed part of the Mortal Online 2 experience. It is one of the hard truths of playing the game, alongside losing your hard-earned gear. Many players struggle with this, as the attachment dynamic involved with time spent to earn pixelated goodies is a strong one. Do not become a victim of this fallacy in Mortal Online 2. Many of the previous points in this video are to assist players in finding enough comfort and confidence in the game to finally realize the most important rule. Your gear is not yours. It's just your turn to use it. Every time you leave town or the safety of your home, it is best to assume you have lost everything you have on you already. It is unwise to assume any differently. Gear fear in this game can cause many issues with players. It can influence your judgment in battle, usually causing crucial mistakes to be made. It can also misguide players into thinking they have attached ownership of their items, which leads to mass amounts of frustration when they inevitably lose them. Do not become one of these people. If you become attached to your gear easily, then it will not be long before you quit the game solely based off of your own misunderstanding of how MO2 works and is meant to be played. The end game is not meant to be your character sitting atop a mountain of gear and gold. Every experience you have in the game with other players, whether it be friend or foe, is the true end game loot. You will not find experiences like this in any other game. If you adopt this mentality when playing Mortal Online 2, then your life in Nave will become infinitely more enjoyable. Bonus tip: which starting city do I choose? When you finally leave the tutorial area known as Haven, you will be given the chance to choose a starting city. This is also one of the more important decisions you will make as a new character, as the political dynamics of each region vary greatly. Some cities are completely guarded by mega guilds who kill anyone on sight, and others are protected by chivalrous alliances sworn to protect all friendly players in guild or not. The way you play the game and the difficulty you face will vary depending on which city you arrive at. For new players looking for an easier starting city, I would have to suggest they pick Moki as their destination. While geographically underwhelming, Moki is home to one of the largest quote-unquote good guy alliances on the map, known as the Enclave, as well as various friendly satellite guilds. While the game world is never completely safe, Moki offers relative protection against griefing and player killers due to its proximity to guilds that are sworn to fight against these very things. You will still get ganked, trampled, and robbed by the aforementioned culprits occasionally, but at least in Moki you will not be doing it alone, and it will not be as common of an occurrence as other starting cities. A fair warning though: if being a murderer and killing everyone on sight is the playstyle that you want to go for, then starting in Moki would have the opposite effect on your experience. This is not meant to be a recruitment video, but joining one of the many guilds that make up the Enclave or its allies would be a winning formula for newer players who want to somewhat peacefully learn the game until they are ready for advanced PvP, at least for now. This is my personal opinion and is not by any means a meta guide. This is purely a direction for new players to go in that will ease the growing pains of learning the basics and allow them to do so in the company of friendly and helpful guilds. Bonus tip: stay away from the MO2 Reddit pages. Mortal Online has 2 barely active subreddits. These are best avoided completely, as the majority of the population in these boards are social dregs who have been banned due to their degenerate behaviors, cheating, and/or exploiting, and are there to just scream into the void fishing for responses. They will most likely make posts of which the contents allude to the poster's own self-hatred and/or inadequacies. It is best to never even visit these pages, as there is a 0 chance of a positive outcome from doing so. All game discussion and suggestions should be conducted on the game's official forums, where Star Vault staff check daily. This is the end of the guide. If you found these tips helpful, please feel free to drop a like on the video and then hit subscribe. Let me know in the comments what topic you would like to see covered about MO2. Daquan out.